I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags, and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Good morning, everyone. It's February 19th, 2020. I'm Eric. Hope everyone is well today. The betrayal of the elites. This is someone, Paul Adams of the Epoch Times. I'm only going to hit the first paragraph or two, maybe these bolts. This is going somewhere. All right. An important new book from political scientist, what is that, Yuval Levin, argues that we have lost faith in our institutions, public, private, civic, and political. They go on to say that we need these institutions, like associations, churches, corporations, trade unions, political parties, professions such as law and medicine, as well as formal institutions of government, such as Congress, the presidency, and the courts. They are, as Levin puts it, the durable forms of our common life. Now, let me ask you something. Should we really have faith in institutions? Any of these kind of institutions? Take, churches, for example. Isn't it churches that's provided plenty of camouflage, plenty of cover, plenty of cover-up for pedophiles? I mean, you have the Mormon Church, the Latter-day Saints, you have the Catholics, you have, what are those fucking people called? Jehovah's Witnesses. And everything in between, whose churches are littered, just like the ground in America, with pedophiles. Look at another institution. Boy Scouts, right? For the longest time, the Boy Scouts was touted as being the thing that turned little boys into men. And it has also provided lots of cover for people and their what would you call fetish for children, right? And don't get me started on government institutions such as Congress, the presidency, and the courts, because they're all filled with the same kind of people. They are the people that go to your churches. You got judges who are child molesters, among other things, being bought off. So how is it we're supposed to have faith in these institutions? Can you tell me? Can you explain to me why we would have any faith in these? It's just like a bad relationship. For example, if you're a woman and your old man has repeatedly cheated on you, is it really smart to have faith in that individual? At least their word? At least their ability to keep their dick in their pants? No, it's not. It's a stupid thing to do. Yet, it's constantly being done. And the same goes with Congress, courts, presidency. You can't tell me with a straight face that Donald Trump isn't a pervert. I mean, look at how he talked about his daughter. He paid a porn star for pussy. And not that I have a problem with him doing that, okay? Paying a porn star for some pussy. I don't have any problem with that. What I have a problem with is people having blind faith in these individuals who repeatedly shit all over you. Oh, here's a good one. Trump commutes, Rod Blagojevich sentence pardons ex-New York police chief Couric and junk bond king Milken. These are all fucking swamp creatures. If they're not swamp creatures, I don't know what is. You remember this shit? You remember what this dude did? I mean, he was sentenced on a wide array of corruption charges, including attempted extortion of a children's hospital for campaign contributions. And Donald Trump, your golden boy, your hero, your messiah, pardon this criminal, or I'm sorry, what was it? Commuted his sentence. But somehow, we are supposed to have faith in our institutions. I think this dude, Yuval Levin, is full of shit. And the question is, we no longer trust them. What went wrong? They went wrong. Let's see here. Think of a new Congress member who is less interested in learning and conforming to the traditions and expectations of the House than using it as a platform for gaining fame and celebrity. You know, think AOC for that. And we want our government institutions weakened to the degree that they are no longer effective. We want the police so stretched, so overworked, that it's up to you to save your own ass. We want a world where people actually have to earn their survival by surviving. I don't want to live in a world it's just too easy. It's too easy. All of it. Getting laid, too easy. Getting drugs, too easy. All of it. The whole thing. Everything. It's just too easy. Surviving. Getting your food. It's too easy. Maybe if it weren't this easy, people would learn to appreciate what they have. See, I watched this this live stream, and I don't recall who it was at the moment, but somebody threw $1 up on their super chat, right? And he complained, bitched. You know what? I'm glad if somebody just takes the time to listen to what I'm saying, let alone throw $1 at me. I'm grateful for every dollar I get, no matter where it comes from. There is one exception to the breakdown of confidence in institutions, and that's the military. And of course, that too, we should not have any confidence in our military. We shouldn't. More and more, we're recruiting from outside the country. More and more, these people are behaving in very criminal ways. More and more, they ignore their oaths to the Constitution. If they were really our military, then people like Donald Trump, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Debbie Stabenow, all of them would be where they belong, in a deep, dark dungeon, never to see the light of day again. Especially Trump and the Clintons. So, no, we should not have confidence in our military. But the elites are the problem, and they are the problem. And I'm not just talking about political elites, I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about people like Jeff Bezos. I'm talking about George Soros. I'm talking about Bill Gates. I'm talking about all of these motherfuckers. They are the problem. The problem with all this is that it underplays the extent to which our most important institutions have been undermined systematically by the very elites who are supposed to lead and represent them. Yeah. In the case of Trump's presidency, deep hostility has been evident not only in the violent demonstrations of Antifa, but also in the leading institutions of society. So he believes that the Clintons actually hate Trump and the rest of them. They don't. It's just like WWF wrestling. They come out on stage, they perform their routines, and then behind the curtain, they're having beers and steaks and laughing it up and patting each other on the back and sucking each other off. They're anything but enemies. You know who their enemies are? The people. Well, let's see if I got COVID-19, people. I'm just fucking with you. I don't have that shit yet. I say yet, but no institution is far or more fundamental or important than the family in molding us from birth on. And you know what? That's the only one I really agree with here. You see, with good families who have good moral backbone, who work hard, they are what should be rallied around, not people like Donald Trump, not people like the Clintons. It is the hardworking family that, let's say we don't have a government, it collapses, okay? It is the hardworking family that will hold everything together. And not just one family, but a bunch of them. They may not be the same as they are now, and thank God, because I am so tired of the traffic and the idiots. You know, we really do need an event to get rid of the stupid, the lazy. You know, the people that get on TV and cry about being 600 pounds, even though they're the ones who have continuously crammed the Cheetos and the Diet Cokes and everything else you can think of in their mouths, just to turn around years later and weep about it. You did it to yourself. Why should I feel sorry for you? Nobody felt sorry for me when I went to county jail or any other extremely traumatizing event of my life. Why should I feel bad for you? I don't. As a matter of fact, if you're a big fat slovenly person and you come to me for help in an SHTF situation, you're probably not going to survive coming to my door. Probably won't. Anyway, I thought I would share this with you because having faith in these institutions is a bad idea. And I think our history really does show that none of these institutions or the people in them can be trusted. I think history shows that they're detrimental to human life. What do you say? I mean, think of the whole past. You know, the religious wars, just all of it. All these institutions have been destructive, not constructive. Think of all the people that were burned at the stake in the name of blasphemy or some other abstract and stupid idea. All right. 10 plagues. This one's from Michael Schneider, by the way. 10 plagues that are hitting our planet simultaneously. I'm not sure I would classify them as all plagues, but they're pretty serious. Pretty serious, and we're going to cover all 10 of these. I'm not going to read the first part of it. There's no need. But number 1, armies of locusts. A gigantic swarm of locusts that belong to a plague that has ravished millions of acres of crops across East Africa has been spotted reaching the Chinese border. The Chinese border. How do you suppose that's going to go in a place that's already experiencing a epidemic? And with lots and lots of crows and mosquitoes and... sounds like fun, doesn't it? Sounds like fun. Billions of the insects have destroyed food supplies across Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia, in what has been described as the worst plague for decades. And this locust swarm is going to go wherever there is food or crops. Extremely bizarre weather patterns, and I bear witness to this myself, because we keep having nice, warm 70-degree days, and then 3 days later it's 26 degrees, and then it's 60 degrees. Yeah. Sydney has been thrown into chaos by a devastating storm that saw 2 months of rainfall in just 2 days, forcing mass evacuations, leaving 150,000 homes without power, and prompted warnings not to drive to work. The storm dumped 400 millimeters of rain on the city over the weekend, causing mayhem for commuters. on Monday morning with roads blocked, ferries canceled, and trains suffering major delays across the network. And we're going to have our own disruptions here in America, especially the American Southeast. We're going to continue to be just slammed by rain. And we have been. 3, unprecedented flooding. We are seeing unusual flooding all over the world right now, and the flooding that is devastating the southern U.S. at this moment is being called unprecedented. In Jackson, Mississippi, hundreds of residents either watched their homes flood over the weekend or worried their residents would soon be drenched as the Pearl River crested Monday at 36.8 feet, its third highest level ever recorded, behind only 1979 and 1983. Calling the Jackson floods historic and unprecedented, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves said in a Sunday press conference that we do not anticipate this situation to end anytime soon. And the same goes with this coronavirus. This shit is not going to end anytime soon. It's not going away. Number 4, major earthquakes. A magnitude 7.7 earthquake struck Tuesday about 80 miles from Jamaica, shaking people in the Caribbean and as far away as Miami. A tsunami of 0.4 feet was recorded in the Cayman Islands at Georgetown, but no tsunami was observed at Port Royal, Jamaica, or Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. And this stuff is not going away. It's all going to intensify. The sickness, the locusts, the flooding, the earthquakes, the volcanic eruptions. One of Indonesia's most active volcanoes, Mount Merapi, just experienced its most powerful eruption since 1930. The eruption reportedly took place on Tuesday and was caught on video displaying a powerful and terrifying eruption showing the moment the crater exploded and launched lava and ash an estimated 2,000 meters into the air, forcing local residents to stay outside of the designated no-go zone 1.8 miles from the crater. And again, these things are not going away. Number 6 is the coronavirus pandemic. The World Health Organization has held talks with tech giants to stop the spread of coronavirus misinformation, despite the fact that some things once labeled misinformation have since turned out to be true. A lot of stuff that's been labeled misinformation has turned out to be true. Who the fuck are they to tell us what we can and cannot say? And I'm going to be getting into the whole coronavirus thing in another video. And there's things that you should know. And I'll tell you right now, numbers are not being reported in the United States. They're not. And there are people in the medical profession speaking out about this on the underground news platforms like Dr. Cottrell. But number 7, wait. Yeah, I'm done with that one. Number 7, the African swine fever, or pig Ebola, has already wiped out millions upon millions of pigs in China and is now spread to more than 40 other countries. The price of pork is absolutely skyrocketing in China right now, And to help fill the demand, the Chinese are increasingly importing pork from U.S. sources. And this is not good for us, because that means we're going to be paying more as a result of them buying our pork products. Tyson Food Inc. says it's just starting to see the benefits of the African swine fever outbreak in China, which includes a 600% year-over-year increase in pork orders to China in the fiscal year, or in the fiscal first quarter, rather. Number 8, the H1N1 swine flu. Unlike the African swine fever, the H1N1 swine flu can actually kill humans. In fact, it has already killed more people outside of China than the coronavirus outbreak has. For instance, 13 people in Taiwan died from the virus in one recent week alone. As of now, the H1N1 virus is posing a great threat once again, as it has claimed 13 lives in Taiwan in the last week. This virus is highly contagious and is known to spread from human to human. It is especially dangerous for those with a compromised immune system, like those suffering from chronic medical conditions. Number 9, H5N1 bird flu. This strain of the bird flu caused a massive global scare a number of years ago, and now it's experiencing a stunning resurgence. China has had to kill thousands of chickens so far, and experts are warning that this outbreak could just be getting started. China also is reportedly dealing with an outbreak of the deadly H5N1 bird flu in chickens in the Hunan province, an area that borders the province where the coronavirus emerged, according to the South China Morning Post. As of February 1st, local authorities had called 17,828 poultry after the H5N1 outbreak, according to a statement by China's Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs. And of course, you really can't believe anything, any numbers that comes out of any government on this planet. Number 10. The H5N8 bird flu. This strain is different from H5N1 bird flu, but many believe that it is even more frightening. It has started to pop up in numerous places around the globe, and experts were really surprised when it recently made an appearance in Germany. Germany has reported an outbreak of the highly pathogenic H5N8 bird flu virus in a backyard in the southwestern part of the country, the World Organization of Animal Health said on Monday. The virus killed 44 birds out of a flock of 69 in Bretzfeld in the Baden-Württemberg, some shit like that, Württemberg region. The Paris-based OIE said, citing a report from Germany's Food and Agricultural Ministry. Now, can you remember a time when we have been hit by crisis after crisis like this all at once? I can't, but then again, we are a very connected place now, and we can learn of all these things happening quickly. Let's see here. Okay. Well, anyway. And I keep saying that without government, we would not have a lot of the problems we have. Sure, there would still be diseases, okay? Those things are a natural part of living, but they wouldn't be genetically souped up. And something else I want to point out here is there's a lot of debate, a lot of denial over whether or not this COVID-19 virus was man-made in a lab in China. Allow me to point out to you that they're using HIV drugs to treat this. Also, allow me to point out to you that Dr. Cottrell, among other people, other doctors, have found HIV inserts inside of the virus, genetic inserts. It makes sense then that these HIV drugs are effective in treating them, somewhat anyway. So, what's the debate about? If there's an HIV genetic insert in a disease and other things that would lead or lend credence to the notion that it was a lab-made deal, then why the denial? Do they really think people are that stupid? And don't get me wrong, a lot of people are stupid enough to believe that this happened naturally, that this happened at a wild animal market. It did not. So, if it looks like a dog and it barks like a dog, it's a fucking dog. Anyway, I will do a COVID-19 video here shortly. And until next time, kill the state, live free.